Hello students and welcome to Intelligent Institute of Education. Let's start a Python tutorial series. In this lecture, I would like you to give the concept of POP, which is called Procedural Oriented Programming. This we can replace by OOP, that is called Object Oriented Programming. So before starting this concept, I would like to tell you, if you are going to apply a position of academic as well as technical, then interviewer will ask some questions that I want to keep in front of you, some one by one. So this is called as a sample question paper. So also we can create and we can get it more than that. But some simple questions I want to discuss with you. Why object-oriented programming for real-world entities very important for developing any major applications, isn't it? So let me share presentation so we can understand somewhat more. So now I'm going to give you the concept of object-oriented programming, and in that how we can construct major applications. Okay, so let's see one by one question and we'll try to understand. Okay, so basically we can say this is called as a sample question paper. Like, when would you use OOP over POP in Python? Give an example from your experience. So basically in this we can construct complex model that is called as a real world entities. For example, we can say that bank accounts and detail of employees, how we can construct employee salary, the details of employee, when employee want to join, and what is the ID of the employee, salary, everything. So this all data you want secure. It means that in banking sector also some data we want to secure, like no one can access, like we can make a data for the private data and protected data. So this type of questions also interviewer can ask, we have to get ready for that. Second question, let's see here. Our legacy code is procedural. How would you refactor it into OOP for better maintainability? It means that how we can make our code with the help of OOP better maintain, how we can maintain better. So in this basically we can use the all features of object-oriented programming, like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and concept of data hiding. So when we can use the features, so definitely our code will be better. We can maintain better code. Next we have like how would you design a data pipeline using OOP principles in Python. So here what we have to do, we can use like we can create a class for the data extraction. So data extraction, that is called as a how we can extract the data, how we can transform the data, and also we can say that how we can load the data. It means that deployment. So it means when we have to extract the data, in that we can use pandas, that is called our CSV files, how we can upload and how we can extract the data. It means that how we can cleaning the data. Okay, so we can transfer. So when we are going to transform the data, so here also required cleaning and filter. It means that none data we can clean, we can make a pure data, and that also we will get a facility to modify the data, and finally we'll upload and we'll run our applications. So this is also a major question asked by the interviewer. Next we have, how would you explain the differences between POP and OOP to a non-technical audience. It means that like some people, they don't have concept of computers. So for them also required to explain this, isn't it? So here basically we can explain like how data we are going to enter, and also like when we have to design, when we are going to make any applications. Like for example, you can say that we are going to construct a building, fine. So in that, this I will show you here how we have to construct the building design. And basically we can do construct the blueprint, also we can make a structure, and according to that we can make more than one applications. So basically in this non-audience, we'll give the concept. First of all, we have to design, we can how we have to create a class, and how we have to use the object, and what is the benefit of object, how we can access the data. So everything we will in the form of picturize. We can give them the concept, so non-technical people they will understand it. Like like we have here, would you use OOP for a deployment script? Why or why not? So basically here we can make some architecture. Like for example, that also we can say that microservices. For example, if we are creating any web applications, so in that how we have to make username and password, how we have to use loggings and automation tasks. So with the help of this concept, we can answer to interviewer. So easily it will be quite useful, and basically this is the sample. So you can also by keeping this knowledge, we can make many questions, and even though we can search from the Google, that will be really quite easy to understand this, right? Next we have, this is also very useful, when to use POP and OOP. So basically already just given the concept, POP we can use for the small small scale problems and simple scripts, and as well as quick automations, easily we can develop it. But the thing is that it will, whatever we are going to write in this, so it we have to mention the step by step, and this also it will execute sequentially. This all concept we have to keep in mind. Next we have, again, when do we have to use, that is called OOP. Definitely, of course, already I have given the concept. This OOP we can make, that is called large applications, that is called a graphical user interface. And with the help of this also we can construct AI models. Okay, and that finally also we can construct a large scale of project, that is called scalable projects. Definitely. So definitely OP will be the more useful nowadays, and with the help of this we can construct real entities. Now here also I would like to give some concept like POP. So already we have worked in that, like a POP we have C programming language. So whatever in that we want to write, so we have to write in the forms of sequence of procedures, that is called as a functions, and also we can write in data. So finally functions and data, that will be in not in one place, it will be separately, and whatever we have to get the output, we have to print out, then we have to call this. Without calling we cannot get the output, right? Second thing, that is called every line, we can say every statement, that is depend on each other, we cannot miss one step. So here depends on a step by step execution also. Is clear? And already I have given a concept. This POP we can use for the small scale, and but the thing is that linear task, it means that sequentially this is going to work. Here a sample I given here, this also I will show in practical in Jupyter Notebook. Here like for example, to get the detail of the employee, I have taken here three data, like what is the name of the employee, and what is the ID of the employee, and what is the salary of the employee. So here I have created here one function, and in function I have passed the argument like name, ID and salary. This data we have stored in these variables. Fine. This already, if you have any concept, I have uploaded this concept when I have given the lecture on functions, so please go through that and you can understand it, right? Next, I have returned this data, that is called name, ID, salary, and this function I have called, and we got it the output also in practical. Move next. Next, we have object-oriented programming. So here I have taken here class. The name is that is called EMP info, and here I have taken the two methods that is called this. So I would like to give some concept here, like here we have given the name of the class, okay, and basically in this I have created here, see this method and as well as this method, two methods. So this is called as a method finally, but generally this also we can say that is called as a function, but here in class the name is going to change, you can say method. And attributes, like we have here name, ID and salary, these three data. So also we can say here variables, but here we can say attributes, name, ID and salary, okay. With the help of input we have, now we will enter the data. Finally, I would like to say what is self. So self, actually I'm going to make separate lecture for this self, but here also I wanted to tell you self actually reference variable. So I will give you more detail in next lecture. Just here think what is the concept of self, you find out and write in comment section. Is this clear? And here I have created one method which is called as a for the output it will display name of the employee, name of the ID and salary of the employee, okay. And here what is called as E. So basically we have created here that is called as object, okay. So basically what is the concept of object, so this also I'll explain in more detail in next lecture. Basically with the help of object, that's called real world entities, okay. Fine. So with the help of object, we have to access the data that we have declared into the here methods, okay. And E dot input and E dot employee output. I will show you in practical session. Fine. Now here some concept. Let me tell you that. I want to let me erase this so it will be good. Okay. Now I want to summarize here. Procedural oriented programming and as well as object oriented programming. So this already before lecture I have uploaded different types of programming techniques, near about 14 techniques I have uploaded. So please go through that. In that also I have given the more detail POP and OOP. But here now I want to summarize. Summarize in the sense like which technique and which approach we have to apply in POP. So that is called as a top-down approach. Why? Because this we have to start from the beginning. Beginning in the sense whatever the data, each data we have to mention what type of data type, and after that is it a local variable or global variable. If there is any statement, that also we have to mention. If there is any control statement, that also we have to mention. It means that every component, every data we have to mention from beginning to end. In that we cannot miss any statement. If when we can miss, so we cannot get the output. So this is called as a technique top down, from beginning to end, from starting to end we have to write everything in detail. Here OP, that is called object oriented programming. Basically this is called as a bottom up. Bottom in the sense you are free from where, free from where. So whatever we need in that we can declare it. Here no any restrictions, either we have to start from the beginning or middle and at last. Wherever required in a data, in a program, we can use in this. Is clear? So this is called as a bottom-up approach. Next, we have how we can handle the data. So basically, in POP, that is called procedures, global and accessible. Any data we can declare. But the thing is that we can access globally, but we cannot put restriction on that. So by accidental, anyone can access this data. So this facility we have here, OOP, that we can make as an encapsulated data within the object and class that will bring in one platform. Okay. Next, we have modularity. Of course, with the help of modularity, our program will enhance. It means that long program that we can make a breakdown, and that will be reuse our code. No need to same code we have to write again and again. Fine. So here, this facility also we can use in objects and classes, but here will be the more we can use in this inheritance concept. Okay, and with the help of class and object. Next, we have security. Less secure while global data access, already explained here. Fine, but here we can get a more secure. Why? Because we can use a concept of encapsulated, and later on also I will tell you we can use the access as fire, that is called as a private data and protected data also we can use. Reusability already just now explained during the modularity. Also, we can use reusable code. It means that same function we cannot write, or same code we cannot write again and again. Okay, but here the concept is that limited. We can use limited, but here in this OOP there is no any limitations. Okay, so high code used through inheritance. So whatever data we have, that is called a main class, and which is called as a parent class, as per our requirement we can access as per whenever required in child class and base class. Is clear? So basically OP we can get a more, and we can say a high reuse the concept of with the help of concept of through, that is called inheritance. Next, we have that is code complexity. Complexity in the sense, in POP we can make a small projects. Okay, but here we can make large projects with the help of features. So easier to manage with modular objects. Like here POP we have example C programming, Pascal and Fortran. But here POP we have here a Python programming, C++ and Java programming. But in POP, data control, it means that here controlling. Let me change here the marker. Okay. So that will be good. Okay. So like I want to tell you here, data control. Basically, here no strict access control. It means that all data will be public, so it will be very difficult and manage. To there is no any way we can make a private data. Is clear? But here we have facility, we can make a private data, we can make a protected, and even the public access also modifiers. Fine. So how we can make a data hiding, how we can create a encapsulated data. So basically very useful for this. Okay, and finally I would like to tell you code maintenance. So here harder to maintain and the code in large programs. So basically this is we can use for the POP for a small program, and easier due to modular programming. So in this we can construct many AI models, and we can deploy, and we can make graphical applications and many more. So nowadays, in as well as entire world, this Python programming replaced C and C++. Okay, so even though in schools, in colleges, universities, and every places, they have started to use Python programming. And why? Because here we have all features of OOP. Okay, so this is the theoretical concept I have given. I will show you now practical somewhat so you can understand it. Okay. So finally, I would like to tell you thank you for watching in this lecture, in theory lecture. If you have any doubt or any problem, please write in comment section. So accordingly, I will answer. Fine. So now I would like to share. Just a moment. I will take you programming concept. So you can understand this. Like for example, in we want to make any program pop, so very simple, we can like create like name, and here we can write for example ali, and we can take here id, and id will be like 1010, and salary, and salary will be 12,500. And simple, we can create here one function like def and emp underscore info, and here empty argument, and have to use the syntax colon, and here I'm going to return this what three data I have taken: name and id and salary. And we no need, we have to do anything, simply we have to call this, that's it. So let me write here comment so you can understand basically this program for pop, and inshallah we can run this. See, we got it here. Fine. So nothing, very simple. So here we have given the line, but the thing is that this all data and function that is not in one place. This I have declared as a global, and we have we access this. So required to here make a private data. So whenever required, so we can make data more secure. So these features we can see in object-oriented programming. So here also I would like to give you the concept of that object-oriented programming. Let's see here. Okay. So in this we will take the help of class. So I'm going to create class here, employee info. Fine. And in this also I'm going to create method. That's the define method here, input data, and this, and now here we can take a name, input, enter, employee name. Okay. And then id will be, I am going to take int, and from here I will try to copy this so it will become somewhat easy, and we can save our time. Here salary, enter employee id, then salary, that is called as salary will be float, start, paste, input, enter employee salary. Okay. Finally, what I will do, I will make here one method that is called for output employee info. Okay. And this, so where I would like to print, and in this I will use f stream, name of employee, okay, and here name double quotes close, and what I will do, I will copy this, okay, I will copy this, control V, control V. I will change name of the employee, and here ID of employee, and here I will do salary, salary of employee. Fine. Now I have created here, and see, class name I have given, two methods I created, one for input and one for output. Finally, I will make here object. So object, any variables or any alphabet you can take. Now I am going to take here E, and with the help of same class name we have to write emp underscore info, and here we can use parenthesis, okay, and E, and with the help of object, now we have to access this all, whatever data is there, okay. So now I have to write this, and again output for display this also, control Z, control C, okay. So here E dot V, now we have to run, okay, but here when I will run this, I will execute this, will get here one error, okay, but now I'm not going to say. After executing this program, I will tell you in this program here's a mistake, okay. So please write in comment section what is the mistake here. Finally I'm going to run. Let's see here. Here, see, in line number E dot input data, employee input data takes zero positional argument. Fine. So what we have to do, basically in this we can take here, already I explain here, self, okay, reference variable, that I will give you the detail in next lecture, okay, keep in mind. So I didn't written before. Fine. So self dot, fine, and here also we can use self, and in every data we have to write here self, fine, here also self, here also self. The concept of self, why we have to use this self, what is the purpose, what is the importance, so I will tell you in next lecture. Now see, enter the name of the employee. So I entered here Fahim, okay. Next, what is the ID? 1010 or MF, okay. Now yes, basically I have written here int, I have given here some alphabet, so it will not accept it, fine. So when I will remove this, okay, remove this int, okay, remove this int, okay, because ID will be something. Now again Fahim and ID 1010 MF, and here salary like 12,500, and printed here, see, name of employee is Fahim, ID of employee is ID of employee is, oh sorry, I have written, okay, let me change this, self dot name and self dot ID, okay, and self dot salary, because I copied and pasted, so it was coming same, SALARY, salary, okay. First entered name, then ID, then salary, name of the employee, self dot name, ID of the employee, self dot ID, salary of the employee, self dot salary. Now let's execute this. Now here once again enter Fahim and ID 1010, anything, KL, and salary 15,500, okay, enter. Now you got here name of the employee is Fahim and ID of the employee is this much, 1010 KL, and salary of the employee is 15,500. So here I would like to I would like to tell you the concept of what you have to do. Now we have to practice a lot, and basically I have given the concept of that. Okay, how we can replace procedural oriented programming with the help of OOP, that is called object oriented programming. So by keeping this concept, we can do it a lot. So in next lecture, I will give you in detail how we have to create a class and how we can create object with multiple object. Okay, no need to create same object and same data. So if my lecture is good, so please share with your friends, and still you haven't subscribed my channel, so please subscribe because that is useful for me. Thank you, bye, and see you.